Welcome to geography class, specially prepared for class 7, second part. General instruction for students. This PowerPoint is made based on the textbook published by Bharati Bhavan Publishers and Distributors. Name of the textbook is Essential ICSE Geography for Class 7. This video is just for helping the students to understand the topics which we are discussing in this textbook. At the end of every section, every video, there is a worksheet for students to practice. Go through that and note it in your copy. In the first video, that means when we have started with the chapter 1, representation of the geographical features, in that video, first part of the video that already you all people watched, and in that video we discussed the introduction and important features of the map and subtopic scale. Here in this part of the video we are going to discuss small scale and large scale map, topographic maps, measuring distance. And the next part, third part of the video, we will discuss directions, grid, eastings and northings, grid reference. And fourth part of the video, we will discuss about the colors which is used in a map, and the last portion of this first chapter, that is conventional symbol. And each video you will get the exercise which is related to the particular topic. So in this video we are going to discuss the important features of the maps. Under that we will discuss small scale map, large scale map, topographic map, measuring distance. These are the three main topics we are going to discuss in this video. Okay, let's begin with the first topic of this video. Here the topic is small scale and large scale map. In the screen you will find two maps. Both the maps are drawn in the same paper, means the size of the paper is same, and in the left side map the scale which is used to draw the map is 1 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer, and on the right side you will find the scale which is used to draw the map, which is 1 centimeter is equal to 100 kilometers. Okay, let's look at the left side map. The map is showing details about Indian land. We can see the outlines, we can see the river, oceans, names of the rivers and oceans, and different mountains. All those things we can see. The detailed picture of the Indian land we can find over the left side map. But just to look at the right side map, the map shows world. So in there also we can find India, but we are not able to find the details of the land. So what is the reason behind it? Here in the first map that is shown on the left side of the screen, that is took a scale of 1 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer. That means we have enough space to show more details. And while looking at the right side map, there the scale is used 1 centimeter is equal to 100 kilometers. So there is no space. Within 1 centimeter we have to show 100 kilometers. So it is very difficult to show the details of that particular place. That's why the first map have more detail than the second map. Left side map shows greater details than the right side one, isn't it? So here let's see the topic with an example. Small scale map refers to world map or map of a large area such as continents or large nation, like a map generally found in the atlas, which shows a large area of the earth. In other words, map which shows large area of the land on a small space. They call small scale maps. Suppose we are showing world map in a A4 size paper. All the countries are shown in the A4 size paper. So in that paper we cannot put much details about the countries or the continent. So this way, map which shows a large area of the land on a small space, we can say small scale maps. Okay, let's look at the large scale maps. What is large scale map? Tourist maps, city maps. On the other hand, maps which shows much smaller area on the relatively the large size of paper. Naturally, that can show many more features of the particular place. Suppose, just look at the maps which is given on the right side of the screen. Bottom side, you will find two maps. Maps, maps which is one map is Lucknow map, another map is about Delhi, and in the is a small place which we are shown in a A4 size paper. So in the A4 size paper, if we are drawing relatively small places like Lucknow or Delhi, we can give much more details in that particular map. So this way, small area on the relatively large size of paper, if we are drawing, that kind of map is called large scale map. So I think now all of you understood what is large scale map and what is small scale map. Once again, we are going to rewind the same topic. Map which shows larger area of a land on a small space, they are called the small scale maps. Maps which shows much smaller area on the relatively large size of a paper, then that map is called the large scale map. I think all of you are clear about this topic. Next topic which we are going to discuss in this video is topographic maps. What is topographic map? Topographic maps, a large scale map showing both man-made and natural features, is called topographic map. We already studied about large scale map, means which shows more details about a particular place. A smaller area which is shown in a comparatively larger size of paper is called the large scale map. So in that kind of map, if the map is showing both man-made and natural features, then we can call that map as topographic map. Such topographic map shows not only the water bodies, hills and woods, but also the roads, railway station, bridges, etc. In India, these maps are drawn using any of these certain chosen skills, such as 1 raised to 2,50,000 and 1 raised to 50,000 and 1 raised to 25,000. Yes, This is the example for topographic maps. In this map you can find the blue color one in the middle, that is lakes. Lakes you can find, and you can find the Corbett National Park. It's a map of Uttarakhand. In this we can find forest, and at the same time you can find the water bodies, the roads, the railway lines, airstrips, and religious places, tourist places, and the state capital is shown, and many more detail you can find in this. Both man-made things and natural things are shown in this map. So we can say that this is a topographic map. Measuring distance in a map. There are two types, direct and indirect. Direct, in other words, we can say straight line measuring. Indirect, also called curved line measuring. In direct method, that is direct measuring, by drawing a straight line between 2 points, we can measure the distance between the two. For that, we can use a scale or a paper strip. In the second method, second type, that is indirect or curved line measuring, for that we can use paper strip or thread as a measuring object. By keeping the measuring object over the curved line, we will get the distance between the two places. Let's look at the example how we are going to find the distance between the two places in both ways.
There are two ways to find the distance between two places. First way we saw that direct method or straight line method. Second one indirect method or curved line measuring. So first of all we are going to see direct method, that means straight line method, with the help of the example which is mentioned in your textbook. So in this textbook you will find a picture like this. Here point A over here, that is a mountain. The symbol which is shown in this point A, that is mountain. Here also you will find another symbol at point B, that is also a mountain. We have to find the distance between point A to B. So for that we can make a straight line between these 2 points and we can measure the distance. First we will use a scale to measure the distance. With the help of a scale, how we are going to measure the distance? So we will keep the edge of the scale at point A, and the scale we will keep over the point B. So here you can see the it is 3 centimeter. Okay, so now we got the distance between the two places, point A and B. In between the distance is 3 centimeter. So here you can see that a map scale is given. That map scale says 1 centimeter is equal to 100 kilometer sign also you can find over here. So what you have to do is, after taking the measurement between these two places, that we taken, that is 3 centimeter, you just keep that scale over the map scale. So where you can find the 3 centimeter over here, first 1 2 3. So here you will find the 3 centimeter, that is 300. Over here you will find 300. So that means the distance between A and B in a straight line, it is 300 kilometer. So next method it with the help of a paper strip. How we will find with the help of a paper strip? How, first you have to keep the paper strip between the points, or one edge of the paper you can keep at the point A, and you can keep the paper over point B, and with the help of a pen you just mark at point B over the paper strip. Okay, so now you got the point over there, and just take the paper and keep it on the map scale. Here you can find that the map scale shows 300. Okay, 0, 100, 200, 300. At the point you will get 300, and here you can say that the distance between these 2 points, that is 3 centimeter, and that means in ground distance between these two places is 300 kilometer. So the second type of measuring, that is with in a indirect way, and another way we can call it curved line measurement. So we are going to look at an example how to find the distance in a curved line. For that I am going to take a map, an enlarged one. In this map, the picture you might find in your textbook, I just taken the map in a A4 sheet. I just copied it into a A4 sheet and enlarged it. And here I am using two methods. One with the help of a paper strip, and second with the help of a thread. So first of all we are going to look at how to find the distance between A and B over the coast in a curved line. What is the distance between these 2 points? Okay, so first of all we are going to do the measurement with the help of a paper strip. Before that you have to understand one thing. You have to, here you will find a curve over here. In this curve you have to keep this paper strip. You have to start from here, from point A. You mark here starting point, you mark, and you keep the paper on the line and mark on the paper on the next curve. Okay, after that you turn the paper over there, and from there you make a straight line and mark another point at the next curve, and again from with that point you mark a next curve on the next curve, and again turn the paper and mark the next curve with the next mark. Again turn the paper, you consider the curve and mark, consider the curve as a straight line and mark. Again turn the paper, and in the curve consider approximately a straight line. Make a straight line and mark over the paper strip. Again here turn the paper strip, consider this curve as approximately straight line, then again turn the paper the paper again and consider this as a straight line. Again turn the paper, consider this as a straight line. This way you have to mark the line on the paper up to the point B. So point B, this is the end line and this one is the starting line. So after that, when we recorded the things, you just keep that starting line at the 0 and end line. When you are keeping that, you will find the distance 0, 100, 200, 300 up to 700 you will get the marks. So with this you can understand that the distance between A to B, it is 700 kilometer. Next method is with the help of a thread. Okay, so for that you have to take a thread and put one edge of the thread, you keep it over the point, start with the point A, same like how we done with the paper strip. Here you start with the point A, over the curved line you keep the thread. Okay, I started with the point A and over the curves I am just keeping the thread here like this, keeping the thread over the line like this again. So after that, over here I am going to again keeping the thread continuously, keeping the thread over the line, curved line, and when you reached over here at point B, you take the thread, put a mark and take the thread and keep the thread over the map scale. Here you will find it is showing up to 700. So this way also 700 means 700 kilometer. You can see the sign, kilometer sign over here. So that means the distance between mountain A to mountain B is 700 kilometer. These are the two methods. One is with the help of a thread, another one with the help of a paper strip. These are the two methods used for measuring distance over a curved line. I think all of you understood the methods. Practice it in your home and
some exercise. We just finished the explanation of the topics: small scale and large scale maps, topographic maps, and we came to know that how to measure distance in a map between two places, both direct and indirect. In other words, straight line and curved line measuring. So here are some exercise for you, some question answers. Here you can find only questions. Answer you have to find from the video. You can pause the video and you can go for the slides. You can read the slides and you can find the answers for the questions. To complete this exercise, you have to refer the earlier video also. In the earlier video, we discussed about the map and many topics. And here in this video, we discussed map scale, small scale, and larger scale, and different other topics also we discussed, like how to measure all those things. Okay, so these are the questions I'm going to give you that what is a map, what is a map scale, what are topographic maps, distinguish between large scale and small scale maps. First two questions you can find the answer from the first video which we already uploaded, and then last two questions you can find the answer from this video itself. So go through these two videos carefully and complete the exercise. Once you find the answers, you can write it down all those answers in your notebook. Here I am going to conclude chapter 1, part 2 of the video with some points to remember. First 3 points which I mentioned in this slide, you are already familiar with the earlier video. You already saw that 3 points in the earlier video. So in this video we have only particular point which you are going to mention over here, that is topographic map. This is the definition for topographic maps, a large scale map showing both natural and man-made features. So these are the main points you have to keep it in mind. After watching these two part of video for the first chapter, you can go for the exercise session. For time being, I am leaving. We will upload the rest of the chapter on the upcoming videos. Please stay tuned to this channel. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.